Alright, just now we already have a look at the current available resources for retirement. Okay, this is the text before, where you can see here we have stock, unit trust, EPF. So this is the current EPF available for retirement. Now we move to the second part of the available resources for retirement, where we're going to look at the future resources of existing accumulation plans for retirement. So the existing accumulation plan refers to those plans that the client has committed to accumulate its retirement fund on a regular basis. Okay, example are EPF, unit trust, endowment plan for retirement, and fixed deposit with bank. And future value of all of these instruments should be determined using the time value of money. So in regards to EPF, for example, we have to compute the FV of its existing balance. This is what we did here in the current available resources or existing resources. Okay, where EPF here we already compute the existing value, and we already calculate the future value of the EPF in this of the current EPF or the existing EPF, that is 326,598. Okay, so now because we are going to calculate the future resources of the existing accumulation plan, which means we're going to look at the future EPF, because we're going to contribute more later on in the future, as well as if, for example, your clients, they have another investment or saving, for example, let's say unit trust, where they did it in future, they will do it in future, for example. So this is something we have to take into account. Give you the example here. I give you the example here. Mr. Rahmat has a plans to invest fixed sum of 5,000 per year. Okay, so your client has planned to invest fixed sum 5,000 per year. So every year 5,000 will be paid into this a unit trust fund, and 15,000 into EPF. And the EPF contribution is increased at 5% per annum. Therefore, in this instance, let us calculate for the fixed sum of 5,000 per year, the investment that will be made to the unit trust. So if you look at this FV of the annuities for us to calculate the unit trust, what will be the future value of the unit trust once you reach the retirement? The computation of an accumulation plan where annual contribution is fixed, like the unit trust fund, and in this case we can use this formula: FV equal to PMT times 1 plus R power of N minus 1 divided with R. Okay, so we can use this formula, where if you look at this formula, FV is actually the future value of the unit trust that we want to calculate. The PMT is actually the fixed annual contribution that will be made every year by Mr. Rahmat. The rate of return, and N is actually referring to the number of years to retirement. So let's say we make an assumption that number of years to retirement for Mr. Rahmat is 15 years. The I is 8%. The PMT, the payment every year, because it has been stated here that Mr. Rahmat planned to invest sum of 15,000 per year into a unit trust fund. Thus, the payment every year will be 5,000. And if we use this formula, okay, that I have shown you before, all right, by taking an assumption that the investment starts immediately, okay, at the beginning of the year. So we can see this is the value that we can get. So after 15 years, and Mr. Rahmat consistently invest 5,000 per year in this unit trust, and after 15 years we can get 146,621. Alright, besides of using the formula, you can also use financial calculator to derive this value, where in your financial calculator CMPD, okay, you go to CMPD and you set begin. Why it is begin? Because we assume that the investment start immediately, or if the question say that we assume that the payment made at the beginning of the year, so we choose set here as begin, and it's 15, I equal to 8, PMT 5,000 per year that will be made. CYPY is both 1, and if you go to FV, you solve for FV, you can get here 146,621, similar to the answer once we use our formula. Okay, so in that case, this answer is where the question say that the payment made immediately, or sometimes they say that the payment made at the beginning of the year, for example. Nevertheless, if Mr. Rahmat invests in the unit trust at the end of the year, then the formula will be a bit different. Okay, so here is the formula. Okay, so by taking into assumption that the accumulation start at the end of the year, therefore the value will be lower, that is 135,760, which is lower than the first one that we assume immediately or at the beginning of the year, that is 146,621. And if you want to prove this using your financial calculator, all of these figures are similar, except for the set here, you change from begin to the end. So once you change the set here from begin to end, and all other figures are consistent, then you can get this figure 135,760.